What's up, everybody, and welcome to another video. Today I'm testing a new feature on the phone. It's an app that lets me record the front-facing camera and the back-facing camera at the same time. I was thinking, why not? This would be great for like road trips and stuff like that. And maybe we'll test it out today. We'll see what it looks like. All right, so Sasha has a whole bunch of quests for me to do today. But first things first. Sasha's been kind of upset with me the past couple of days. She's pregnant. She's, I think we have maybe 3 months left of the pregnancy. And then she got really upset with me and mad because she doesn't think it's fair that she has to go through the pregnancy and I don't. So since it's my fault, I have to go buy her some flowers. So we're gonna go buy her some flowers right now at the Publix, and I just finished eating. I ate Huey Magoo's, and then I'm gonna go get a haircut, and then I gotta come back home, and then me and Sasha are gonna take her daughter to Target. It's a quest. We're gonna go to Target, and as soon as we're done with Target, we're gonna go to the gym. That's the mission for today. Isn't this cool? You guys go with me. Oh, did I lock my car? Hold on. OCD. Hold on. Did I lock my car? My car's supposed to lock automatically, which it should. Oh man, the sun came out. It's been raining a lot in Florida. So when the sun's like this, it feels so good. I feel like I just want to sit here and absorb the sun. All right. Do these look nice? They got some nice ones over here though. They got some nice ones over here.
I like this better with you.
Like a flower.
I was doing it.
Why are there so many flowers? Is it Thanksgiving? Not Thanksgiving. Is it Valentine's soon? Roses. There we go. Roses. I think she'll like these. All right. I found a better one. This has got more stuff. Okay. All right, now hopefully the camera doesn't move too much because the camera is on a tripod and the car is shaking. So if it's too shaky, let me know in the comments. I'll try to stabilize it with the program when I go to edit it. All right, so I'm gonna talk about a topic that I try to stay away from, and it's a touchy subject, especially when I'm live streaming, because it's a touchy subject for me because like it's a topic that makes me mad. It's about cheating in video games in general. All right, there's been I remember way back in the day when I used to play Call of Duty. I think specifically the one that I remember the most, the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. There used to be a lot of uncontrollable cheaters where, it was clearly, because you could see the kill cam afterward and you could clearly see their snapshotting everywhere, 360 no scoping, and then, but it wasn't that many. Like once in a while you'd go into a lobby and you'd run into a cheater, or there was sometimes lag switches, but it wasn't as rampant as it is now. But back then, I used to still have fun in the game. Like if there was a cheater in the lobby, it was one guy, right? So he's the guy who's gonna get number one on the lobby. So I would try to stay clear of his side of the map. And in Call of Duty, because I used to like, doing run and gun spec, dual wield akimbo, and just run around the map. And then I'd just stay clear of his side of the map, and that way I wouldn't get picked off. And then sometimes I'd get, I got to a point where I was actually playing quite decent. And I would get second or third place in the cheater lobbies where there's an actual cheater. And then eventually I ended up having to stop playing first-person shooter altogether because of the cheaters. It wasn't fun anymore, So I moved on. I moved on to other games. I've always missed those types of games. I miss first-person shooters, and once in a while I go back and like sure enough, you don't know if people are cheating or not. Like you wonder. Are people really this good, or are they cheating? It's so difficult to tell nowadays, especially like if it's cross-platform and people, have the auto aim assist, right? And then not only that, they're using the Zen Chronos, so they get laser beam accuracy and it's called getting laser beamed, right? So not only do they have aim assist, they use the Zen Chronos, which gives them no recoil with any gun, and then they laser beam you because all the bullets hit the same spot. Like they'll hit your shoulder, but all the bullets will hit your shoulder, and then you'll die like super fast in point something of a second. So I started playing for a while in the open lobbies and consoles against console players with Call of Duty, and it wasn't that bad. It was okay. I could manage the auto aim. I could deal with it. I could still have a lot of fun. But lately, the laser beaming is completely out of control, and it's starting to not become fun anymore. It makes me mad because I actually want to play first-person shooters. Okay, and that's just in first-person shooter. I'm super. I was extremely surprised. I couldn't believe the number when the Battlefield 6 came out, and they announced that they stopped 300,000 hack attempts or cheating attempts. They stopped it. I don't know if it's because they have the safe boot option and somehow that's preventing the programs from running. But supposedly they stopped 300,000 cheat attempts. That's a huge number. If you think about it, 300,000? That's huge. That's how many people were trying to cheat. I think the problem is bigger than we thought, And now in World of Warcraft, this is the main game that I play, right? We all know there's cheaters in World of Warcraft. To what extent, we don't know. But it's frustrating because it's so difficult to because we want to know how many people are cheating. Every once in a while, I like this because I go to Venruki's channel and he loves exposing the cheaters, and people will send him videos of programs that people are using in the actual live World of Warcraft, and it shows the programs operating and how they draw lines on the ground and how they do smart CC chains and logic and stuff like that. So it's AI controlled players, and I think at one point Venruki was saying that some of these services they sell them right on a website, and some of the services guarantee that you get a certain rating, a decent rating. Say for example, Solo Shuffle, you're guaranteed 2K rating. And then what I guess the way it works is people run the program on their computer and it plays for you, and then you go to sleep, you wake up in the morning, you're 2K rated. It just destroyed everybody in its way. And then once in a while, they're hard to detect. They're extremely difficult to detect. But once in a while, people figure out ways of detecting them. So for example, many of you guys have probably seen it, where someone will drop, a priest will drop the dome. The dome, it's a healing dome. Normally they drop the dome on themselves, and then if there's a monk on the other team, they'll drop a ring of peace instantaneously on top of the dome, and it knocks you out of the dome, right? So what they'll do is they'll drop the dome in a random location, and then the ring of peace will land on top of it, even though there's nobody there. So it's why did you put the ring of peace on the dome if there's no one anywhere near the dome? Of course they're cheating, right? So haha, caught you. And it's holy moly, man. So they're difficult to detect. They're in the game. They get very high ratings. So it just makes you wonder. And the thing is, here's the thing. So now it creates paranoia, right? You think you don't know if someone did a really good play. Let's say in first-person shooter, someone jumps off a building and 360 no scopes you from a million yards away, headshot. Do you go, wow, congratulations, man, that was an amazing shot? Or do you suspect cheating? You don't know. I hate the state that we're in, that we're paranoid about these kind of things. I would imagine in PvE in World of Warcraft, it's the same issue, but I think it's a lot less. I think it's more difficult to detect, right? So if someone top parses, someone plays perfect on every pull, every boss, he's top DPS. So you look at the damage meters, he's number one. He's your number one guy in your raid. So I'm thinking, as a raid leader, if there's a guy in your guild who's always top parsing, would you suspect him of cheating? And if you did, would you do anything about it? Would you report him? It's so difficult to detect, you know. I would imagine, like, if they're doing it in PvP, they're doing it on all aspects of the game. And they're, I don't know. Can you guys feel my frustration? You know what I mean? It makes me so mad, because the thing is, I don't use cheats. I don't need cheats. And recently I found out, because I do RBGs at a very high rating. I play with a group that I've been playing with for years, and they do constant RBGs, and we play against some of the best teams in the world. And then, like, once in a while he'll tell me, yeah, this other team, they're cheating, you know. They got, I don't know, they might have, there's a popular cheat that they do in RBGs, and this one's been around for many years. I remember when I was in the second gaming house 2.0. Back then, this cheat came out, and it was a cheat that warlocks, you'd get two or three warlocks would use a program, and it would combine them together, and then the players would control their characters, but all they would have to do is get in range, and the program would take over. The program would combine it would sync up all the warlocks together to chain CC all the healers on the enemy team, where they literally cannot get a single cast off. So what would happen is, it would be like our good team against another team, and then we'd clash, and then we'd just get destroyed. Zero heals would get off. The warlocks would shut down the entire enemy team. It's like, I didn't know warlocks could do that, but the program makes it so it happens. No healer gets off a heal. And then it doesn't matter who you are, you're losing. You're not going to beat that team. So of course we get raffle stomped. And then what do? We stop queuing, because they're cheating, and then we can't compete against them, right? So we break up, the group breaks up, and we stop queuing. And I'm like, freaking A, man. And then recently, dude, I'm going to go all out. Recently I found out, I'm here at the barbershop. Recently I found out that there's a new program people are using, a new thing. And then I found out that they're really good players, some of the best players in the world, and they're the ones using the programs. I mean, I would understand if it was someone that was a noob, right, and wanted to become good, but no, these are players that are already good, and they're the ones using the programs to cheat. Why? Doesn't make any sense. You see, I'm getting worked up. It drives me crazy. All right, let's go get a haircut. Let me change the subject before I get mad. Blizzard, freaking do something about it. All right, I'm trying to cut my hair a little shorter. That's a really short. Because eventually I want to shave it all. But I want to do it little by little. All right, now to the next part of the mission. Meet up with Sasha at the house. Okay. Another game where people are cheating, or that we know people are cheating. I just did this new filter. It's a cinematic filter. The video actually looks better. Should I use this filter? Yo, this filter looks kind of cool. Cinematic? Huh. Anyway, CounterStrike. CounterStrike has the CounterStrike game has an option where you can pay, right? It's a service, and then you play on servers where they have protection against cheaters. So technically, if you don't, like, if you just play on a random lobby that doesn't have that, you get wrecked. Man, I'm sorry. You know, this is gonna move around a lot. Every pothole. I have to, okay, now I know what I need to get, okay? Because I think I need to get a stabilizer for this camera. I have to get like a gyroscopic stabilizer that goes on the dash. All right. So there's a game that it's moving around too much, but anyway, there's a game that I actually recently had to quit playing, and it's online chess. I used to love playing online chess for years. Queen's Gambit came out. That's when and then I started seeing a lot of, content creators, like in the chess category on Twitch. They were making a lot of chess videos. So I started playing online chess, and I started doing pretty well. I got to 1700 rating, which was a respectable rating, 1700. I had to learn, like, little by little. At first, when I first started playing, I started getting destroyed, but then I had to learn, what these opening people were trying to do, the Scholar's Mate, the fried liver attack. They all had names, right? So I had to go online, look at chess openings, look at gambits, look at openings and traps, and how to counter the traps and all that stuff. So it's basically doing a lot of research. Chess is a game that requires basically a lot of learning, especially opening moves. You have to learn what all the moves are, what are the best moves. So all of a sudden, this happened in a period of about maybe 2-3 years. All of a sudden, I lost a lot of the rating. I'm no longer 1700 rated. I'm a lot lower now. I'm like 1600 rating. And then I found out that it happened to a lot of people too. There was it Caruana, or who was the? No, man, I don't know if it was Caruana. I know there was a chess GM that went on a podcast, and he was talking about the cheating problem in specifically Title Tuesday, which is like an event, a cash event, and how he suspects that there's a lot of people cheating using engine moves. And it's not so much like every move, because it's really weird. In chess, it's almost impossible to catch someone cheating unless they use the engine 100% of the time. But people sometimes don't need to use the engine 100% of the time. In my case, one of the reasons why I quit chess was because a lot of people were using the chess engine in the openings. And then what they would do is they'd use the chess engine to get a good position. Like, for example, they'd play good until they take a major piece, and they have a really great position, and then they turn off the cheat, and then they continue on. So then that way, when you analyze the game afterward, they have blunders, they have missed opportunities, they have misplays, because those are the analytics. They didn't play perfect, right? So they can't get caught. Why? Because they made blunders, they made mistakes, but it's intentional, So I did a lot of research on the chess cheats, because I was curious, what are these chess cheats that people are using, and how accessible are they, and how easy are they to use? So I watched videos and I did research, and I found out it was basically just a Chrome extension. Like, there's a Chrome extension that can play better than the best chess player in the world. It's a Chrome extension. And you basically, you add a Chrome extension, and then what it does is when people play chess, the Lee Chess or the chess website, whatever, it throws an arrow and points the best engine moves that you can do. So I think maybe the argument of some of the people is like, yeah, maybe they do use that, but they don't technically use it to cheat, because I think that's one of the reasons why the Chrome extension is allowed, right? Because it's not technically a cheat. It's basically a tool designed for you to analyze your gameplay. It just so happens that you can use it during live play. You can analyze live. So people could like make the best move, and then they check the engine to see if that was the best, if they made the best move. But you're not supposed to use it to cheat, but most people do, right? So that's how they get away with the program running, and they can't, it's not banned anywhere. People can use it. So the better you are at chess, the less you need the engine, right? You could basically use the engine a little bit. And then the worse you are at chess, then they got to use the engine all the time. But I've had many games where people play brilliant in the opening. I'm talking about like the best engine moves. They play incredible, and then they take a major piece. Like, say for example, they take my queen. That's a big piece, right? So they play like amazing. I'm like, all of a sudden I lose my queen. So then, at that point, once you lose your queen, it's pretty much game over, right? So, but sometimes I don't give up. I keep playing on, and then all of a sudden, they're playing really bad. Like, hold on. I take 4 pieces back to back to back, and then all of a sudden I take his queen, and then I'm like, dude, what happened? Oh, did you turn off the engine? I find myself talking to the phone, you know, because I play on my phone. I'm talking to my phone. Oh, did you turn off the engine? Lol. So then it got to a point where I actually wanted to learn what are the best anti-engine openings, because like I don't know if it's true or not, but some of these players, especially at low rating, they're playing way too freaking good. So I started playing anti-engine opening moves, and then what I would do is beat them on time. And sometimes I would play against cheaters. Not all the time. A lot of times I get the thing is, at the rating I'm at, I can tell. You know, I play so many games in chess. I can kind of tell when they're actual humans, because you know what? Humans actually make mistakes. You know, if someone's cheating and using an engine pretty much for the entire game, they don't make any mistakes. None. Hold on a second. So the Chrome extension, when people are using those cheats, one of the Chrome extensions that I saw has a slider, and you can adjust your ELO. So say, for example, ELO is kind of like your MMR, kind of like your rating. So let's say your rating is 1500. You can adjust the slider to play at a 1600 ELO. That way, you don't play like a grandmaster. The engine literally is like AI. It plays, and it purposely does errors and mistakes and blunders to keep you in the 1600 range. That way, when the game is analyzed at the end, you have the right amount of blunders, right amount of misplays, but you played slightly good enough just to win the game. And that's how smart the engines are now. They play at a human level, but slightly better than you, so that they can't get caught, and then you lose. That's not fair. It's not fair. So I quit playing chess, man, because it was driving me crazy, man. I quit playing chess. The other night I logged on, and I logged on just to play a little bit, just to see if I can, still had it. Sure enough, yeah, I can still play chess. You don't forget. But yeah, what I want to do is I really want to find a chess club, but they don't have them here in Florida. They have chess like events where you can go. I want to go to one. I want to go to a chess event where a whole bunch of people are sitting down and playing chess, or a chess tournament, and I want to go in and I want to play. And I want to play against people that I know for a fact aren't cheating, because they're sitting right in front of me. They can't cheat. And if they have their phone, I'll tell the arbiter, come and get his phone, like tell him to put his phone away. So I know for a fact they're not cheating, and that way I can see what my chess skill level is at, because I don't even know. I don't know. Anyway, that's chess. Holy moly. Do you see how I get worked up? I get worked up with this topic, man. Sometimes people, like on my stream, sometimes I think they do it on purpose. And like someone will be like, hey, Swifty, do you think people cheat in chess? And I'm like, all right, Sasha just called me. Dude, I like this camera lens. Everything looks fuzzy. It creates a cinematic effect. Dude, I'm gonna freaking use this filter from now on. It looks so much better. Oh my gosh. This is awesome. Want to buy a game that doesn't have cheats? Chat, what game can I play where people aren't cheating? Let me know in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for letting me rant about this topic. It's a touchy topic for me. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Oh, honey. That's why you didn't answer your phone.